Hi, I'm Varun Haran with Information Security Media Group. Allow me to welcome you to another interview in our series of interviews and profiles on cybersecurity leadership. I have the pleasure today of speaking with Mario de Marillas, who is the CISO and Head of IT Consulting and Engineering at Accenture Incorporated, which is based out of Manila in the Philippines. Mario is also a member of our global CyberEdBoard community. Mario, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you, Baron, for having me.
Absolutely, Mario. I think I'm looking forward to a conversation today. Let's jump right into it. I want to keep it very spontaneous. So let me ask you to set some context. Talk to me a bit about your current roles and responsibilities, please.
Yeah, as you introduced me earlier, it's quite a mouthful because I have multiple hats. So one of which, the main role is the CISO, wherein I help develop, implement, and monitor the strategic, comprehensive enterprise information security in the IT risk management program of our company. But I also have a client-facing functions. I also the head of the IT consulting and the software engineering, wherein we provide services in terms of cybersecurity, data privacy, IT assurance, risk management, and we also have software products wherein we help companies on their digital transformation initiatives.
Right. So I think that's an interesting proposition for you, trying to manage both the CISO side of things and also the customer facing business side of things. So what takes precedence for you, or do you manage to equally balance both of them?
Yeah, the good thing about it, these are complementary functions because clients right now or customers right now are cognizant of the need of the third party risk. Whenever they engage a service provider, they look at companies that can, aside from providing the service, is also implementing the would-be service. For example, if they engage us from a cybersecurity initiatives, since I'm also the CISO of the company, I make sure that our practices, especially in our software engineering group, one of the things, the culture that I help inculcate is the having the codes secured from the source code itself. That's a difficult culture to change because people were not trained on that aspect. They just need to deliver the software. So the rule, and I even need to influence the management, the board, that we will not release any products that we will not pass our own security tests. That when we develop products, it has to be secured from the source, and we configure the servers, the systems based on the security mindset that we have, and we implement the same to the clients. And it's also an advantage from the client side because we've been in the trenches from both the technical side and the business aspect of it. So we somewhat have that credibility in terms of providing solutions. So I need to do the balancing act. So I have a team separate from the client facing and also the internal operations of the company.
Sure. Right. So I think you answered some of this in your earlier response, but I would still ask you as, as a CISO, especially in, the region of the world that you're operating from in Manila and Philippines and the surrounding region, uh, what are your top three priorities as a CISO? How do you approach that?
Yeah, the first priorities is to always have to protect our information assets in the company, but also protect our clients' personal and sensitive personal and confidential information because they trusted us to protect those. Second, one of the key strategy of our company is to become ISO 27001 certified. So I'm right now managing that roadmap. We've been doing that for the last 2 years, and hopefully we pass the certification by the year end. The last one is, remember, privacy comes into play or works hand in hand with cybersecurity. So I assist our data protection officer in inculcating the privacy culture of the employees, and which is also expected from us by our customers. So through the conduct of the privacy impact assessment, having the privacy management program, doing the breach exercise simulation, and submit all the necessary documents as required by our regulator, which is the Privacy Commission. So those are the things that are on my plate right now, and those are the priority items.
Thank you for sharing that. I think, speaking about cybersecurity leadership and the CISO role, because this role is also very new, right, in the industry globally. What are some of the most important skills that you draw upon for this role? What is demanded of you, and what advice can you give up and coming security practitioners?
Yeah, I can say that since I've been in the trenches from the technical side, meaning I'm not only I not only learned by theory, but I also did some work in the past, and I have two background. I was initially trained as an accountant. I was a certified public accountant, so I know the financial aspect of everything. So as part of my training. Then I took another course, which is the IT course, wherein I experienced doing the coding, the administration side. And with those experiences, or those life experiences, uh, I was able to convert the strategy to into minute tactical and operational plans. Because sometimes the problem of CISO in particular is how to convert or translate the strategy into becoming atomize it, make it as an atom wherein you can put the action plans in place and monitor those success factors. Second is to have a very good understanding of the business that you're in. You really need to understand the industry. I've been into different industry. I started in the financial industry, so I know we were trained to be bankers than compliance auditors or cybersecurity professionals. Also, how in the manufacturing, in the consulting side, and also in the energy sector. So those business insights help me identify what are the risk drivers that can influence a cybersecurity strategy. And these risk drivers have to be articulated because you need to explain this to the board, to the senior management that may not that as technical as yours as you are, and they need to understand it from a risk perspective so that they have multiple options or they can select from the multiple options on how to address the specific risks. And lastly is that we need to be cognizant of the budget, of the constraints such as the budget, the scale needed, and the urgency to come up with those solutions to address those risks. And I used my accounting training for that. Since I know the financial aspect of it, when I justify it, it's a complete analysis as if I'm preparing a financial statement. What will be addressed? What will be the impact of these initiatives? Those skill set help me to convert the technical, the nitty-gritty technical aspect of it, and to have it understood by the people from a business aspect.
Let's talk a bit about your passions. Now, as a cybersecurity practitioner today, as a CISO, what are some passions that you follow in your life? Anything personal that you'll be comfortable sharing with us?
Yeah, one of the passions that I have, I'm a lifelong learning advocate. So I don't call myself expert. I'm a student, a forever student of the profession. I spend at least 80 hours of my time per month just reading on diverse topic, not only on cybersecurity, but also what are the updates on privacy matters globally, the business continuity aspect of it, what are the updates in terms of governance principles and implementation, are there emerging technologies that can be adapted, just like AI in terms of cybersecurity, and specific industry insights. So even though I'm no longer working for a financial institution or a manufacturing company, I still read a lot of industry topics concerning those because it makes me holistic in terms of my cyber strategy. Also, I'm also, aside from being a lifelong learning advocate, I also love to teach, impart my knowledge through conferences, one-on-one mentorship, webinars, forums, and focus group discussions. Or if there are strangers that ask me about certain things, I answer it as if I'm helping solving their problem. And lastly, in my line of work, I'm fun or I have great satisfaction when I solve clients' problems. So whenever they approach us, how small it is, how big it is. If they have issues, we're passionate. I'm passionate about helping them translate or transition themselves in achieving their vision. So when I look at client successes, I can say, I can proudly say, even though it's not publicly publicized, that I'm part of it. I was able to assist them on their meeting their objectives.
I think at this point, I would like to ask you what the value of collaboration and communication that you see with the forums such as CyberEdBoard. I'm sure you're a part of many other forums and associations. So what is it about these kind of collaborations that stand out to you?
Yeah, I was honored to be invited. I come to know about this community, the CyberEdBoard community. I think it was last December. Then I applied for a membership, and I'm a firm believer that no one has the exclusive know-how about a certain subject. And the Cyber Ed Board is a perfect venue or avenue to learn from your peers in the industry and to have a global mindset because some of them already uh, done that in the past, or they learn from you can learn from their mistakes, you can learn from their successes and apply that. And you have the way I see the community is that everybody is helping everybody. So there's a rich source of supply of knowledge and insights from the CISO peers globally. And in the past, CISOs are not really considered to have an input in enterprise strategy. Through the Cyber Ed Board, it elevates the profession. So the CISO are now becoming a key player in crafting the organization strategy, and they are treated as advisor in managing these cyber threats. Especially, most if not all companies are already venturing into digital transformation initiatives. And lastly, because of the Cyber Ed Board, CISOs are not the backroom operators anymore. Now they're at the forefront. Maybe we're still getting used to it to be at the forefront of helping companies achieve their vision and mission. So thanks to Cyber Ed Board.
Absolutely, Mario. And it's our pleasure to have you as part of this community. And so thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts today, Mario. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Varun, as well. It's my privilege to be part of the Cyber Ed Board.
So that was Mario de Marillas from Manila in the Philippines. For ISMG and CyberEdBoard, this is Varun Haran. Thank you for watching.